Hello there, my amazing Tauruses. Welcome on into your mid-November 2025 money and career tarot reading. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing out there. But as you can see, we're beginning with 3 pre-pulled tarot cards on the board to begin things. And so with that said and done, let's jump into the middle card. Beginning with the Ace of Cups, absolutely beautiful. I just heard the word abundance. And then the King of Wands on the left-hand side, as well as on the right-hand side, the Nine of Pentacles. And so I'm hearing really strong energy as I do accidentally hit the camera. But I feel with the Ace of Cups in the center of your reading to start things off, there's a feeling of an overflow of abundance coming through, at least at one significant point between now when you're watching this and the end of the month. And then it feels like this is a time for you to be honoring the fact that you're in control of creating more overflow, more plenty in regards to different positive forms of abundance, right? Where you've been neglecting or putting off extra or necessary efforts. I feel now Spirit's saying is a prime time for you to kind of buckle down and intuitively all the meanwhile, guiding yourself and whatnot, but choosing to put in that effort, maybe plus some, and seeing some epic results come to be because of it, and maybe even creating certain levels of hope, not just within oneself, within yourself, but I feel for a lot of you, what you choose to create and develop is going to help with other people's levels of hope and, I'm hearing insight, perspective, all the meanwhile. So that's amazing, and that should be fulfilling for you all the meanwhile. But then on the left-hand side, again, the King of Wands is saying, again, bold energy coming through, a sense of confidence from this collective. You're really shining bright in regards to this with work matters, with business matters for a lot. It could even be meetings, connecting with certain types of energies of importance. And if you choose to or have to interview or go to a meeting of importance, you've got it in the bag is what I'm hearing. There's sort of a smoothness that comes to be within that meeting or two of importance. But I'm feeling a communication and expression otherwise as well, either way. But I'm feeling that your spirituality has something to do with this. A lot of you, like myself, being spoken through by spirit. There's just support and guidance and whatnot coming to be to the point of, a smooth progression with those moments of communication. But there's also a confidence I feel that you have being drawn to this reading with at least one skill set, one strong talent of yours. And it's showing, okay? It's being believed, it's being discovered, and it's being trusted. That's what I'm getting. But then the Nine of Pentacles is saying that you are really, really independent at this time. Now, regardless of, I guarantee some of you are working for a company or for somebody else, under management of some sort, authority, but there's this autonomy being gifted to you. There's a sense of you stepping up and taking authority in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's because you're being a leader in certain ways, but I wouldn't be surprised if you're taking initiative and it's leaving you being viewed at and left to do things in your own independent Taurus way. But then I'm getting a lot of entrepreneur energies within this collective where that's obviously a huge reasoning as to why you're shining bright, and it's playing into your cup overflowing. But then we have the Devil card at the bottom of the deck, so I can't help but feel like, on one note, a lot of you are feeling overworked, or at least on your way quite close to getting to that point, okay? And so that should wave a bit of a flag for you to take better care of yourself, to maybe realistically rebalance things out. But I do want to say this is also for a lot of you talking about temptation, about a bad habit or two. And then they're saying this could be about where you've been putting your money. Have you been overspending? Have you been giving in to what you know is not worth it in the end, or at least in the long run? Wouldn't you want to have something to show for your money, for your hard work, for your success? And, some of you have been splurging and putting your money towards this and that you can, therefore, materialistic items, where you can show that in the end, as far as your money and work goes. But it's kind of besides the point if that's, feeling applicable, that last part. We need you to be smart with your money, and how to, and it's all up to you at the end of the day. Let's pull right from the middle. The Two of Swords in the upright. Okay, so interesting I just said upright because it feels like there's a lack there of clarity, maybe even a bit of a guarded energy that's taking a highlight. But then there's a feeling of spirit saying, with what you're gaining abundance-wise, success-wise at this time, what you're achieving, it's just a taste of what lies ahead. And it feels like spirit's leaving you purposely, at least partially hidden in the dark in regards to what it's going to look like, feel like, moving forward. A lot of you, like myself, have a strong connection, commitment to a business or a project. It could be a job, situation. But, for me, it's this business, these readings, and I don't fully see the future of, what lies ahead in regards to it. You think I would, I predict the future and whatnot through these cards and energies. But the point is, I don't know it all and I'm not meant to, I, like yourself, are being left hidden in the dark purposely by spirits. And they're saying sometimes you wouldn't make certain choices and changes or continue in the ways that you're meant to if you had all of the clarification, the whole vision of the future of something. And for some of you, it's more about your career in general, but you get the point. The Three of Swords here in the reversal, I feel, okay, you do not want this on the board, excuse me, but a lot of you are needing to heal from maybe being overworked. It could be about disappointment with money and or work-related matters. But I do feel like either way, there's healing that's being created once again. And it's not just your own healing, but I find that what you're doing, even your presence, your energy at certain points, your workload that you're putting out there is creating healing in the lives of others. That is so powerful, And then all the meanwhile, the Eight of Wands feels accurate because you're communicating like a master. You're making a lasting difference in the lives of others. And then there's sort of as you can see with me fidgeting with the cards, it's like you want to put your hands on more. You want to adjust things to a state of at least more perfection or inching closer to it. And they're wanting you to be aware of this because it could get out of hand. You could leave yourself getting flustered or frustrated or just too fixated on a specific outcome, while we need you to be kind of flowing and being flexible all the meanwhile. And then the Seven of Cups to center out your reading, because it feels like Spirit's reminding you that you have a lot going on, but a lot of options in regards to the new moving forward. And it feels like something you're committed to is about to really pick up in pace. And you need to recognize that you have really persevered over time. You've gone through ups and downs and stagnation, and you really have chosen not to give up. And so you play a huge role in things really starting to do better for you. And however that looks for you individually, it feels like your voice again is being heard, while Spirit's voice is being heard all the meanwhile. But I'm hearing it's about you stepping up to the plate and better taking care of yourself while choosing to and wanting to maybe differently take care of business and make sure that what's meant to be heard, what's meant to be accomplished gets heard and gets accomplished, all right? And then it feels like, you're doing a bit of investigating, looking into the possibilities, the potentials of the future, whether it's where to live in the future, where to work, you name it. Some of you, it's about where to put your money otherwise. And now, okay, some of you want to bring in another avenue, another stream of income or two. Amazing. But then they're saying that you don't need to rush a decision. You can choose to do things in a slow and organic manner, and even therefore give yourself a chance to intuitively feel things out, because what's meant for you will be very simply, very easily in divine timing. You need to remember this wholeheartedly. But let's wrap this up with a couple of these affirmations. And then I actually have one more oracle deck to further wrap it up. But a couple of these on the board. We have, I always have more than I need. Beautiful. Because I feel like some of you are thinking about having enough for an investment of importance. And then my brain is worth millions. There's a focus on your Taurus mind and how it works. And I don't work for money. Money works for me. These are three key phrases, affirmations that Spirit is obviously giving to you for many different reasons. So utilize them, say them, and believe them. And I'm hearing money flows to me easily, as I can't speak. We have the best of the best, absolutely beautiful. You are manifesting money like no other, and super success. So those are your messages for your money and career for mid-November. I hope they were truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye, Taurus.